college sports is back, and that means a brand new season. In fact, the first season for women's college golf here at Earlham College. And welcome to our first edition of Inside Earlham College Golf. And it's great to have you with us, Coach. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can check out all the Earlham athletics, events, and all the schedules and everything on goearlham.com. So make sure you check that out. And Coach, great to have you with us. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Thanks for having me, Trey.
Well, we've kind of talked a little bit during the off season and everything that things are starting to roll for the program. But before we get to how things are going for you right now and your first tournament coming up this weekend, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what brought you to Earlham.
Yeah, I was a four-year letterman at Defiance College. Played there for 4 years, had a decent run there. Was the assistant men's coach for 3 years and head women's coach for 2. So I've been in the HCAC for a lot longer than some of the active coaches now. Yeah. Know my way around a lot of the courses, and got to Earlham. It was a good opportunity, good athletic department. Something that I really wanted to do was build a program. I basically did that with the women's program at DC, and I thought that everything that Earlham was doing to set up for the future of the golf program was going to be able to yield some high results. So pairing that with the academics and golfers being typically higher academic than a lot of other student athletes, I think that was a great opportunity to bring some success to a new program here at Earlham.
Coach, was a part of the draw to come here was to start from scratch. You'd mentioned that just a couple of moments ago, that it's your program from the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean that was a huge draw. Being able to kind of mold the recruiting classes the way I wanted to. I've seen a lot of success with recruiting. I've seen a lot of failure with recruiting. So it's kind of the one thing that you're able on a trial and error basis to know what works and what doesn't work, and be able to tailor a program to build a tradition and to build a history. And I think that's one of the more appealing things. And being able to start fresh with some of the amenities that we have on campus and off campus, I think was just overall just a good opportunity for the area.
I would imagine from a student athlete standpoint too, you talk about academics and all the things that Earlham has done to really improve the facilities and such. Though golf isn't played here on campus, you're going to play at a very nice course, and we're going to get to that in a couple of moments. Would one of the draws for a student athlete, you think, also would be to get a start fresh and brand new?
Yeah, that was, I was brought in November, so it was kind of late to the game, but that was the number one pitch that I gave to every single student athlete that came on campus for a visit was, you're going to be able to build a program, not only build a program, but you're going to be the groundwork for the history of the program.
You bet.
And I think that was the biggest draw for some of the guys and the girls that we have. Want to be part of something new, have the ability to play right away. A lot of established programs, they've got a way of going about it, and sometimes freshmen aren't always in their grand scheme of things, their overall plan. So I think that was the number one draw for a lot of the students. The number one draw, of course, was academics, but being able to do that and play golf right away as a freshman and play for 4 years, that was definitely a huge thing for them.
I would imagine from Earlham's standpoint too, having a coach with your experience and knowing what it takes to recruit at the Division III level had to have been huge.
Yeah, in my opinion, I haven't worked at Division I or Division II, but it is tough recruiting at Division III. There's no scholarships, but Earlham, we are a little bit different than a lot of other Division III schools. We have certain things at our disposal and in our arsenal that we can afford to do that not a lot of other programs can do. So for being a startup program with our financial aid and everything that we can offer our students, I think we're set up to have some success moving forward.
You bet. Coach, you get a chance to open up this week, but before we talk about your first tournament, talk about some of the players on the team right now and just give us a little background on how they got here.
Yeah, so this weekend will be our first women's tournament. It's at Anderson. We're going to be playing at Killbuck golf course. We have 3 girls this year, which is a good number to start off with. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to participate as a team, so all the girls will play as individuals. The 3 girls that I have is Hannah Torsdahl. She's from Des Moines, Iowa, one of the more accomplished golfers in Iowa, part of a few state championship teams for 5A.
Right.
Top 30 her senior year in the state, so she was a huge get for us recruiting. I guess my steal, or the steal for us, was Erin Monroe. She's from Grand Blanc, Michigan. Okay. She had a few scholarship offers to play softball, but really loved golf. Really wanted to continue playing golf at the collegiate level, and she's she's going to be one of our leaders for sure. All three of them are going to be leaders. And then we have Emma Wilkins from Brownsburg. She's our local girl. Very, very solid talent. Again, an accomplished golfer. Played very well her senior year at sectionals and at regionals for Brownsburg. From my experience of being a head women's coach for 2 years, these are three of the probably highest quality golfers that I've had. So it's good to get them in, be able to kind of mold the program around them, and to have them for 4 years is going to be huge for the program.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yep.
But plus, you're in a pretty good area of the country to recruit for golf, aren't you?
It's deep.
Yeah.
Really, Indiana golf, you don't really realize it until you get here. Indiana golf is deep.
Yeah.
Specifically for the females, University of Indianapolis has had that with their their championship. So it's deep. There's a lot of talent to draw from. But here at Earlham, the one nice thing is you don't have to just stay in Indiana.
Yeah.
You can go all over. Some of the recruits that we've got coming in are from Georgia, New Mexico, California. We've got them from all over. Some international interest. So that's a good thing. You don't necessarily have to stay local, but the fact that we can stay local if we want to and bring in some serious talent is always a plus.
You bet. Coach, you're going to play Forest Hills, which is always a challenging course, but it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I've had the, we have the opportunity of playing at Forest Hills. I've had the opportunity to talk to Brian Maurer, who plays on the PGA Latino Series. Forest Hills is his home course. We've been able to talk about it and what that course has meant to him, and that if it wasn't for him being able to play out there all 4 years in high school and come back over the summer to play, he wouldn't be nearly where he has. And Bo Van Pelt's played out there.
That's right.
So there's been some serious talent to call Forest Hills their home. So I think having that, that's easily going to be one of the more difficult courses and one of the nicest courses we'll play all year. So it should lend to some results when we go, play at some visiting courses.
You bet. What about this weekend? What do you have?
We're like I said, Anderson Invitational Killbuck Golf Club.
Okay.
It's a solid golf course. It's not not anything like what we play at Forest Hills. I'm expecting some very positive results. In the past, girls that have played there and guys as well, their scoring average at that course seems to be a lot lower than typical tournaments. So I think it's a good confidence boost. But at the same time, there's still some challenging holes out there that I think we're going to need to score on. And it's a good opening tournament. It's a good tournament for the girls to get their feet wet. And something to kind of bring back and learn from for next week for practice.
Got to be pretty excited.
Yeah, very excited. Yeah, very excited.
To get going.
Yep.
Coach, of course, we're going to visit with the coach every week. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
And keep up on the scores. And one thing you don't want to do is ask me about golf, because I'm terrible at it. So I'm not one guy you're going to get any information out of that. So hey, good luck this week.
Hey, thanks, Troy. Appreciate it.
And again, we'll have the coach on again next week as we talk Earlham golf every week throughout the entire season, and it's going to be a lot of fun. First class out, one to remember. Kind of historical too.
Yep,
really think about it.
Very much. Yep.
We'll see you next week right here on Inside Earlham Women's Golf, Radio Troy Digital Sports.